Okay, what's good, family? Welcome back to Relationship Wise. It's your boy Terrell, and this is
Tasia.
um. Listen, before we get started, y'all already know the drill, fam. Y'all know the drill. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube. If you're listening on any of the audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., 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 go ahead and follow us. Because we trying to grow the channel.
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram. We're gonna have to link that below. I have to link it in the video too. Because we just trying to build a following, build a community. You know what I'm saying? Tap in with us, DM us whenever y'all get ready. Let us know any of your work dilemmas, family dilemmas, your who act crazy or that crazy uncle who always be trying to do the most. Let us know about them. We want to talk to y'all. We want y'all to build with us. So yeah, man. So today, babe, let the people know what we're talking about today.
Single life.
Single life. Specifically single life before we got married, single life. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's important for people to understand our journey and, figure out where we came from.
Single life, but single life in general.
True. Facts. Yeah, so let's see. All right. So, baby, I know your story. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want the people. I
said you can start with your story.
My story.
Whatever story that may be.
I mean, so
the question is,
yeah,
what is your first major relationship?
My first major relationship happened when I was in my senior year of high school, going into my first year or my freshman year of college. So basically, in that relationship, I felt like, it was still young, but I kind of first experienced my little sentiments or little feelings of love and this, that, and the third. We dated for like a good, I can't remember how long. It was it might have been 8-9 months, and from June to about February. I don't know how long it is, but yeah, about that long the first time. And then we broke up, and then we got back together, I think in that August, and then it lasted about another year after that. And then I moved away to Tallahassee. So yeah, I mean, that first relationship was cool. That was my first major relationship. I was 18, 19 at the time. And I feel like in that relationship, it taught me a lot about who I was as a man, who I was as a relationship person. Cause in that relationship, I realized dang, as much as I might have feelings for this person, I feel like I ain't see them on a regular basis. I ain't see them on, I didn't get to touch them. I didn't get to be around them. I just I more missed them than actually spent quality time with them. And low key quality time is my love language. So since it's my love language, it didn't feel like the relationship was strained. It just didn't feel like I had a rich or a fulfilling relationship, if that makes sense. So that was my earliest kind of relationship. Yeah. What about yours, baby?
Same time frame, high school. I can't remember if it was the latter part of freshman year or was that our sophomore. I don't know.
Yeah.
High school.
Yeah.
We lasted for, I would say 4 years. So throughout the whole high school experience, was talking to that one person. Same thing with you. Didn't really see each other because he stayed in a whole different city.
Yeah.
I stayed in one city, but then he would come down to spend time.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I wouldn't say I had an issue with quality time, but obviously we didn't live in the same city, so we wasn't seeing each other frequently.
Yeah.
It was mainly phone calls, FaceTimes, and then the occasional coming down.
And spending time.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think in that time period? What you think it taught you about yourself? Do you feel like it was just a high school relationship and it just ended up ending, or what did it teach you about you? Do you feel like you actually experienced all the parts of love that you wanted to, or did it teach you more lessons about yourself?
I don't know. I don't think I really paid attention to anything like that.
You were just out here living, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I guess the next question is, after that, that relationship, what was your dating / single life like? Did you go on dates frequently?
Nah.
What was it like?
Focus on school. Because, like I said, we dated all the way through high school.
Mm-hmm.
So then at that time, I think when we did break up was like college.
Yeah.
Like early part of starting college. So I just focused on my education.
Mm-hmm.
And we're ready. We're about trying to meet nobody else or whatever. I was just like, just focus on me.
Mm-hmm. But did you talk to anybody during that time? Like, what was that like? What was your...
I didn't really.
I
went for a while without talking to anybody.
Okay.
And wasn't looking for nobody either. So I was literally going to school, coming home, enjoying myself, and I.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everybody should do that. Like, even if you're not in a relationship, or if you just coming out of a relationship, you should focus on yourself, not try to like hurry up and jump into the next new thing and stuff like that. Because I guess a lot of people don't like to be single. So they feel like, oh, I'm out of this relationship. I need to go ahead and jump right into the next one. To me, I just didn't really care to do that. Like, all right, I'm gonna just focus on myself. Went to school.
Yeah.
Focus on my education. I wasn't looking for no boy. I wasn't checking for no boy. Yeah. People would try to hit on me, obviously, but I wasn't trying to get on time of day.
Yeah.
None of that.
Interesting. Funny enough that you say like you shouldn't go from one relationship to the next. After my high school relationship, right? I did it kind of exactly that without even like it wasn't a conscious thing. Like meaning like I didn't try to look for a girlfriend. It just somewhat kind of happened, and I was like, what the fuck? So anyway, but I mean, we here, but you know. So basically, after that, when I turned 19, I moved out to Tallahassee. Me and my ex had split, like, let's say like 10, 15 days before. I moved out to Tallahassee, talking to a couple girls, whatever. And then about a month and a half or so later, I ended up in a relationship with a girl. And I stayed with her for about a year or so. But since we talking about single life, it's just, I just wanted to touch on that point because, it was, that relationship kind of taught me about the first one a lot more. Like it taught me like, dang, I'm with this person on a regular basis. So like, I realized like, dang, like when I was in that first relationship, since I didn't get to spend day-to-day quality time with them, and then in that second relationship in college, I was like, oh, so this is what it feels like when you're actually engaging with somebody on a regular basis. It's a complete different like dynamic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it felt like, for lack of a better word, a real relationship. But yeah, so, and after that, we ended up breaking up, whatever. And I was like, back to the single shit. So, and it was funny because while I wasn't used to being single in college, I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was a little free. And it was a lot of free. I ain't gonna hold you. Cause I was like,
I mean, being single was great. Like, you ain't gotta worry about nobody. You ain't gotta
be responsible.
Worry about trying to entertain anybody through text message or having to call somebody and actually care about their feelings and try to see what they had. Or you ain't have to do none of that. Yeah. Or even if you were in a single phase and you were like talking to somebody, but you knew that you didn't want it to go to anything like further than that. Yeah. You just literally just talk to somebody to conversate and then that's it. Yeah. And I feel like I've done a couple of that, like text people just to talk, but I had no interest of even like getting to know you on some. I'm bored.
And at what age was this happening though? Like what, early 20s? Like what age? Give me an age or age range.
I don't. Maybe like early 20s or something. Okay, like that.
So like 21, 22 ish. Somewhere in there?
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember the specific? Okay.
I don't remember the age. But I would say like early 20-ish.
Okay. I was thinking, because you were bored, you started texting these dudes or whatever. Like, why not just be like, I'm just finna be single. Fuck this. I ain't finna really stunt no boys. Like, why entertain that just because you're bored? Like, why do that?
Texting?
Yeah. Just because you wanted something to do, you want to like, did you want to like learn how to finesse niggas? Did you want to learn how to be like, let me at least keep my sauce game up or whatever, or anything like that?
Simple as it is. Simple as it is. Bored.
Just bored. Okay. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I feel like I've done that. I've done that too, where it's like I'm really just talking to people because I'm bored, or I just want to have somebody to like connect with from here, here and there, or whatever. And I'd be like, bro, Like, I hope this girl don't take me serious because I'm not trying to be.
So then, like when you texting somebody, it's like you hope they understand that
this is just fun.
Yeah, I'm just bored. Like I'm not
looking for nothing.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say, the thought came and just left. Dang, that's crazy.
Lost your train of thought.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. Let me see if I have a question that'll help jog some of your memory. Right. So did you have any rules for yourself or the people you was talking to in the talking stage? Like, did you have any boundaries?
Rules?
Like for example, I remember I was talking to a girl one time. She was like, look, I'm not finna say I like you. I'm not finna tell you X. Or one of the rules I had was like, as crazy as this might sound, was if I started having sex with one girl, I stopped talking to all the other girls. So like there was like little rules that I have for myself because I was like, yeah, I can't be out here getting caught up with multiple women sexually. Or, you know, like if a person was like trying to talk to me on a regular basis, I would literally say, no, don't talk to me. Don't talk to you. I don't want nobody crowding my space. Like, this ain't that type of vibe. So let's just talk like every other day or whatever. Did you have any rules like that?
Nah. It was just literally just talking. Like maybe in my mind I had rules. I didn't really know I had rules. Yeah. Or whatever. Because it was like in my mind, I'm just talking to you, like just to have a form of entertainment for today.
Interesting.
And like I'm easily ghost you at the same time. So like,
good question or a good point. So talk to me a little bit about ghosting. Have you ghosted like a number of people, or just it was like one or two before? Because I've ghosted a person. But go ahead.
Okay, so what's your definition of ghosting? Because then maybe I'm just saying that and not. It's like, okay,
go ahead.
Question. So it's like the ghosting, like you were talking to somebody and then you just stopped talking to them and they were continuing to trying to reach out to you?
Basically. Yeah. And you just kind of like shut it off.
I think for me, we both equally had an understanding that this was just for fun type of thing. Okay. Because when I stopped talking to you, it was never a, hey, everyday type of, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Yeah. And I don't respond. It was, we both equally understood that, okay, our fun has lasted. It's done. Because it was never gotten a text message like, hey, like, good morning. Yeah. And I don't respond. The next day, good morning. I don't respond. Yeah. It's never been like that. We both, I guess, equally must have sensed that, all right.
Yeah, okay, got you. Okay. Funny enough, I was ghosted once. Well, I mean, I guess you would say it. Because I mean, like a couple of days later, she ended up texting me, but still, I was ghosted once and I ghosted somebody once, right? So let me break each down. So the person who ghosted me, the girl who ghosted me, right? She from what she told me, had like a lot of psychological problems growing up. You know, she didn't have her mom in her life or whatever. So she whenever she got close to people, she would end up pushing them away or like just literally like leave them alone because she had kind of that avoidant attachment style. Like every time something got serious, she was like, I'm gonna keep everybody at a distance. Like, fuck this shit, you know? And it's like, I remember we were talking for like a good 2.5 months, you know, we was chilling. She was texting me on a regular. She will call me, even like she will call me, And then one day, I had texted her and she didn't respond. And I'm like, that's weird. And then like, I think I texted her like, let's say I texted her like in the morning when we wake up, good morning. All right, no response. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I text her, let's say, I text her first at like 7:00 in the morning, then maybe let's say 10. And I'm like, this is strange. What the fuck going on? So then I said, all right, let me wait a couple more hours. I text her again, no response. Then I called, like I can't remember, because I did have like a job. So I remember calling probably like right before work. So 10, so around like, let's say 1 o'clock, I called her. No response. I'm like, is this bitch ghosting me? What the fuck going on? Like no, hell no. Like, you know, so this went on for about like 2 days. I might have called her a total of like, let's say maybe 3 times. And I think after the first day I stopped texting. The second day I called, I think once. Cause I remember being in my work parking lot and I called her and I'm like, yeah, this is wild. And I'm like, honestly, she also had like I said, a psychological problem. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. I hope she ain't like hurt herself. Cause I know that she was like prone to certain things like, self-harm. I don't want, get into the details, but y'all know, unalive yourself, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I was starting to worry. I'm like, fam, like, is you alive? Like, she ain't posting on Facebook. She ain't posting on socials. So I'm like, fuck going on? So then I think so that was, let's say Tuesday was the day I was texting. Wednesday was the day I called. Thursday morning, I think I had her house number. So I called at like 6 something to catch, like to see if like her dad was like around. So I said, I called, right? Let's say I called like 6 something in the morning. And like I was like, hey, is so-and-so there? I'm like one of her coworkers lying. And he was like, yeah, but don't call us early. It's da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, so she is ghosting you. Say less. So then
you play like a coworker. That's funny.
Yeah, the hell yeah. Because I'm like, I need.
So he didn't know that y'all was in a relationship, or she didn't. He didn't know that she had a boyfriend, or
technically we wasn't really together. We were just talking.
Oh, okay.
So, and this is why I call it as part of my single life, because like, I mean, technically I was fucking around. I wasn't really like, serious. Anyway, well, I was serious, but I wasn't serious. Like I didn't expect her to end up being my girlfriend. But I was like, I mean, we was talking enough. We had sex. And it was just like, okay, out of the blue. It was like, we had sex Wednesday and then like the next day, like, nah. Like it was like a couple weeks ago that this happened. And then we had sex and then we was chilling, talking. Hey, I'm gonna meet you. We're gonna talk. And then out of nowhere. So yeah. So back to that Thursday, I call her house phone, dad pick up, whatever, pretend to be the coworker. And I say, and he was like, yeah, she's upstairs sleeping. Don't call her this hour no more, blah, 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 blah. I said, say less than less. So I don't think I hit her up. I want to say she called me either that same day or texted me that same day. She texted or called me like later on that night. So if that was 6 something in the morning, she might have called or texted me at like 10 a.m. Or 10 p.m., excuse me. And I was like, bruh, like what the fuck? Like, what's really up with this? And I was like, she did tell me she had this problem. Like she told me like beforehand. She told me that she normally kind of ghosts people whenever she get attached to people, this, that, and the third. And what's I think so crazy or so bizarre was, let's say like maybe 3 weeks before this happened, or let's say 2 weeks. She was telling me how she had a dream that, we had a baby together. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And she was like, yeah, and normally I don't have dreams like that. So I think that means like, I feel safe with you. So like when this whole thing came full circle, she finessed to me, you feel me? And I really felt some type of way. So after that, I don't really think I talked to her for like a good like week. Like I stopped reaching out. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting because I think we ended up like, texting here and there, like maybe a week or so later, she started texting me and I was like, okay, cool. But like now I'm looking at her like sideways, like I don't really fuck with you like that. Like, I mean, I like you, don't get it twisted, but I don't really fuck with you like, cause what you did was crazy. And yeah. So, we ended up like linking up maybe one more time, like actually just being in person with one another. And then after that, it was just a wrap. Like we text here and there, but then it just fell off. And what's crazy is after like about, let's say 2 or 3 or 4 months goes by, I think, I can't remember how she looked. Cause like at that time, I still have my Android. I ain't use FaceTime. So we would call each other on the phone. So I couldn't remember what Shorty looked like. Yeah. So then I would walk. I remember I was in Walmart one time and I walked past her. And I'm like, why is Shorty looking at me like that? And I'm like, oh, that's her. I completely, like my mind was like, it erased her. The way at least she visually looked to me. Yeah. And on top of that, I think I stopped following her socials or whatever. And I was like, yo, like, and then I think I saw her another time at a restaurant, like at Bolé or some shit. And I think I might have told you because I think that's when we was together. Like this is like maybe, this is when we started going to Bolé. So it's like maybe year 2 of our relationship or something like that. I saw her there. We might have saw her low key together.
Was that the girl that worked at Walmart?
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no, no,
okay.
no, no. No, that's somebody different.
Oh, okay.
But I think we might have been together at Bole. I think I can't, but I remember running to her at Bole, and I was like, I'm like, why is sis there? I'm like, hold up. She looked familiar. Hold up. Oh, that's sis. I forgot. I can't even like. Okay, I was about to say I had to think back. I'm like, I don't even remember her name. You know what I mean? So it's funny how like in the moment, like how emotionally attached you can become to somebody, but after the moment's done, it's like I don't really give a fuck. Like that's crazy. So yeah, so I've been ghosted before, y'all. Hey, you know. But and in a time where I ghosted somebody, right?
Yeah.
Technically, it wasn't ghosting. It wasn't. Anyway, so I was on Tinder maybe a year or so before we met.
Okay.
And so I was talking to this girl, and from her pictures online, like, yo, sis, okay, she look kind of cute. Nigga.
You got catfish?
And I got catfish bad, bitch. Her baby, I'm telling you, her pictures made her look like she was a good 8. Like the first, it's always the first picture. The first picture always be like, and the next be like, okay, all right, this might be when your downtime, whatever. But that first picture, I was like, oh, okay, she nice. I think she was like, she might have been like reddish brown. I was like, all right, And then I go down to meet her. She lived kind of in like southern part of South Florida. And I go to meet her, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm doing this. This you? All right, cool. Let me hold it down. So I was polite. I was a gentleman. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? She was like, oh, well, hey, what's going on, Terrell? How are you? I'm like, I'm good. She was like, yeah, I wanted to FaceTime you and da 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 da, ha ha ha. But you got an Android. I'm like, yeah, I do have an Android. I'm like, shit, I should have an iPhone because your ass do not look like your pictures. What the Like, I was looking at this. I was like, nah, bro. So we was in Target walking around talking for a bit. Then it's after class, I was still at FIU. And I was like, yeah, and we was talking, whatever. So it came time for me to she wanted to go to Starbucks, across the street from the Target where we linked up at. And I was like, all right, cool. So I took her to the Starbucks. She's like, all right, well, it was nice meeting you. I was like, yeah, nice meeting you, da 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 da. And after that, when I dropped her off, I was like, what the fuck did I just get into, bro? This don't look nothing like her nothing like her picture. So I was like, nah, this crazy. I don't have a catfish. So after that, I didn't go see her. I mean, we texted for maybe about a week, but then it just fizzled down. She's like, yeah. She's like, I made up the excuse, like, yeah, I'm so busy. I'm so this, that, and the third. And I'm like, sis, I should have told her, sis, take that damn picture off your Tinder profile because that's not you. That's you hella dolled up. And it was a Facebook. I mean, nothing wrong with being a big girl, but it wasn't just that she was big. She made herself look slimmer.
In the picture?
In the pictures.
Oh, so she edited
It's not even that she edited. She just didn't show it. And it's nah, fam, show every aspect of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even me when I was on Tinder, I specifically showed a face shot first and then my body a body picture or whatever. So you can at least see what I look like. For her, it was she, I don't know how it worked. I don't know what she did because it was 2014, 15, somewhere in there. So, but yeah, right. I done got catfish bad and I had to ghost that hoe because I was like, yeah, nah, this ain't working. This ain't working at all. So yeah, I done been catfish, babe. I done ghosted my catfish and then I got ghosted. Funny enough, I told that story in reverse order I ghosted a girl first and then somebody ghosted me. So I guess it's karma. I see you, God, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I could have just told her the truth, huh? But yeah, so yeah, man. Life be lifing though, it's all good. I'm married now, so we vibing. We vibing.
I guess. Go ahead. I was gonna say because that was a very long-winded story. It made me lose my question. I was gonna because we was on the topic of boundaries. Yeah. I was gonna say, what are some boundaries that you think some single people should have now?
Oh, that's a good question. I think a boundary that single people should have now is knowing that you should be semi-exclusive. You should date around, meaning like you should go on dates with maybe 1, 2, 3 people at max. But if you start to get more serious with one, start to cut off the other ones, especially if you're into monogamy, right? So that would be boundary number 1. Boundary number 2, and to specify, wait, I was gonna say to specify, are you talking about people who are looking for relationships or for just dating in general? Like,
it could be both.
Okay, so if you're looking for a relationship, do that. That's number 1, right? Number 2, I think one of the biggest boundaries or biggest concepts that I would tell people to do for real is learn to lead with your standards and not the physical qualities you want in a person. So for example, your standard should be something principle based. Like I want a person who's honest, hardworking, loyal, like, yeah, cool. You want somebody who's thick, or girls want a dude who's tall or whatever. Cool. That should be like maybe that should be at the bottom of your list. Try to get people with decent qualities. You know what I'm saying? That would be a good standard or a good boundary to start with, because it's like, bro, like a lot of people out here trash. So if you actually get somebody with decent qualities first, and then they attractive, cool. But start with the standards first. And the next one I would say is, know your limitations. Like, because I think a lot of times people just be out here just doing whatever, thinking, oh, well, society said I gotta have a shorty who's thick and this, that, and the third, or I should be able to have sex with multiple women, or I should be able to have sex with multiple men. Nah, bro, that's what society say, right? Your boundary, you should learn yourself enough and know yourself enough to know, okay, hold up. If a woman, for example, has sex with multiple men, that might confuse her. And the same thing is true with men. Yeah. Right? I've heard girls. I remember the girl on TikTok once said she was talking to a dude and they had sex, and the dude was like, yeah, like, I threw it down in the bedroom, and then the next day she told him like, oh, I'm talking to another dude, and she was like, the guy was like, what? Like, you talking to somebody else even though we fucked? And she was like, yeah, bro, like you say you a player, like just cause you a dude don't mean like you somehow like are exempt from you a part of the roster, nigga. Like, what are you talking about? And then he was like, dang, like I thought like once I fucked, like you would have been all attached to me and shit. And he like, yeah, all women ain't the same, it dog. And that's true. Like all women aren't the same. And some dudes be getting their feelings hurt because they be feeling like, oh, I could finesse a girl. You can't. Not every woman is that, bro. And a lot of dudes prey on that weakness of women. You feel me? So it'd be kind of funny. And I'm like, so know your limits, bro. Like if you know you can't handle whatever you dish out, especially in the dating world, don't do it. In marriage, that's true too. But like, especially in the dating world, because it's going to come back a lot quicker. You feel me? So, and same thing for women. If you know you out here, like, oh, I could have sex with as much people as I want. Ma'am, sir, no, you can't. Everybody ain't. I wouldn't invite everybody to my house, so don't invite everybody or anybody to your body. You know what I'm saying? So that's facts.
Say that again.
I wouldn't invite everybody to my house, so everyone should not be invited to my body. So yeah, that's just one of my quotes. Because like, fuck, everybody can't get that close to me. I don't know about y'all. Everybody can't get that close to me. And they shouldn't. There should be a boundary and a level.
Crazy. Because I'm like, it's some people out here that just let any and everybody close to their body. But you won't let nobody in your house. You don't have a solid good friend. Fam, they can't make sense.
Listen. Just like how we talked with Taylor last week. She's like, maybe you can see where no, they can't see where we live. Like, it's some people who Starbucks people, fam. Like, you just meet them there. And yeah. So yeah, I would tell you just be careful. Everybody, if you wouldn't invite nobody to your crib, don't invite them to your body. They shouldn't take part of your temple. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
And then you said, what was the verbiage you said? Like the qualities that you want in
the
a
standards.
person.
The standards.
Yeah, standards. So between us, when we were dating, what are some of the qualities or standards that you saw and that we saw in each other that made you like, okay, this is a good person? So you can go first and then I'll.
Okay. So the first thing that I saw was that you was down to earth. Right. And to me, I like to see women being their natural selves. Like, I don't like the concept of, you know, how people like last year. Yeah, like putting up a facade. Like, you know how last year there was a list of like 40 places women wouldn't want to go on dates to, and it's like, girl, please, like you should be open to going on coffee dates because it helps break down people. Like, I want to see you. I want to know Quintasia. I don't want to know Tasia from whatever, or from the bus, or from how, you know, places that or I don't want to have to go take you to Cheesecake Factory, or I don't want to have to take you to Capitol Grill, whatever these highfalutin ass restaurants, Nobu and everything, to know who you are. So because you were down to earth, I was like, okay, I could see her as the person that I could like. That's one. Two was when I saw you by yourself, like when we went on our little trip to Orlando, I saw that you was funny. You feel me? I feel like you were real, like, I mean, you were, maybe you can make the argument that you were sheltered, I guess, growing up, I guess, in some sense. Yeah. But like, and because we was in your mom's house a lot of times talking or whatever, I felt like you were like, you ain't showing me who you really was until we left your mom's house. Like, when I started seeing the real sides of you, like, oh, she funny. Oh, she got little quirks. Oh, okay, she ain't, you know, so me seeing that quirky and open side of you was cute. You know, it was sexy. Another thing was that, shoot, you meant what you said. You feel me? Like, you, whenever you wanted something or you said something, I was like, I could believe it, and two, you actually started doing it. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, okay, so she actually, like, a standard of, like, one of the standards that I need from a woman is to know that she can keep her word. Okay. So, like, and that, I ain't gonna lie, that kind of scared me away, because I'm like, you was like, when we were talking at first, you were like, oh, you know, I want to have my business, and like you ain't know that you one time you had forgot your business, and I was like, I got scared. I'm like, how she said she wanted business but can't remember the name, but then you end up knowing it. You feel me? So it took me a second. I was like, hold up now. And
yeah, because I was like, I just came up with the name. Yeah, like, it took me forever. To come. I had multiple different name options. So I was like, which one did I stick on? Because yeah, and the fact that, like, you wasn't, like, when I was like kind of pulling away, you ain't like try to chase me, made me like, oh, okay, she doubling down on who she is. You know what I mean? Like, I like a woman to be about me, but not so overly invested in a relationship that, like, she clings on to me. Does that make sense? And you show me that while you could be loving, while you could be honest, like, you're not gonna chase me, so to speak. You're not gonna only cling on to me, and I like, I'm not gonna have room to breathe, and you're not gonna be like, oh my God, like, you're gonna be your own person, because that's what I needed. You know what I'm saying? I needed somebody who could be a person. I don't want to be with just a woman just because, oh, she cute and oh, she thick and this, that, and the third. I mean, it helps. I mean, the fact that you cook is good. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you know. But yeah. So yeah, that was the qualities I was looking for, and you met them. So, and what about me? What qualities did I have that attracted you? The ones that stuck out the most in the beginning was the fact that, one, you were in school, so already mean you were like trying to better yourself. Yeah, get an education. You I was train of thought. So cool. You were going to school, get an education, then you had a steady job. Yeah. So you was working consistently then. Well, now, like, then, like, you just stopped working, but you had a consistent job. Then, well, it was your interest in music and stuff was also, like, kind of entwined with what I was majoring in. So I was like, okay, so we can have a bondage over that.
Yeah, over hobby. Or
Or like same type of hobbies, or what could be a career if I actually use my degree. But so it was the education, the fact that you worked, those are the two main things. And then just seeing how you were very, like, goal driven. Like, once you set your mind to something, you was like, okay, I gotta go do it. Even to this day, still like that. So nothing changed.
Podcast. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Exactly. Yeah.
Those are the ones that stuck out the most. And I'm like, okay, finally someone who got his head on his shoulders.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do what I do. No, but I mean, fair, right? And I think that's what a lot of people are missing in the dating pool now is that they're trying to approach relationships from an angle of superficial. And let's be fair. There are two sides to the dating world. There's the superficial side and the the genuine side. You feel me? So, and I think we happen to be more on the genuine side. You feel me? So because of that, it was easier for us to kind of find each other. Oh, yeah. Because I think a lot of times people leave with the superficial hoping like, oh, the superficial gonna work. Like that shit empty, bro. Like just cause a shorty got a fat ass don't mean nothing. Like, women went and got BBLs and niggas be like, yeah, you got a BBL, but so what? Like, so now both of them are looking like, well, I thought you wanted a BBL, a girl with a fat ass. Like, yeah, but like you just cool, shorty. Like you an airhead. Like you don't got nothing going on for yourself. Or some of these niggas out here is like really, they like, oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of money, but it's like you have nothing else. You don't got nothing. You don't stand on no principles. You don't got no character. Like any woman who walk by you who got a fat ass, you're like, oh my god, like there's no standards to you, bro. That's why a lot of these women can't respect you, bro. You an airhead ass nigga. But that's how people are nowadays. So, and I mean, there's a place and a space for that because I think. People gotta be superficial. I do want you to look good. I like the way you look. I like the fact that like, you natural and you know what I mean? I do have my superficial aspects to it, but even tied to like my quote unquote visual or superficial stuff, it still represents standard for me. Like I like the natural hair, not just because it's natural and it look good to me, but I like a woman who can accept herself as she naturally is, especially a black woman. So I'm like, nigga, you know what I mean? So there's principle behind my standards. Whereas like some niggas just like, oh yeah, I just like a girl who got a fat ass because that ass fat. It's like, nigga, what? Like, or oh yeah, my shorty just gotta have bundles and weave and I like her hair straight. And it's like they don't even know that, the white man done conditioned us to like straight hair. Like, no, nigga, like you gotta know why you like the certain things and why you could been conditioned. So yeah. So I mean, yeah, man, I think people in the dating pool gotta tighten the fuck up though. You know what I'm saying? Cause nigga. So I was looking at something. Hopefully I have it on this phone. It was talking about to it a little bit before we wrap up.
It's kind of long. Okay. All of that.
All right. So there's a Reddit post, right? So the title says, "She broke up with me out of nowhere. I, a 27 male, have been dating a woman, 25 female, for the last few months. Things have been great. We hit it off immediately and had similar qualities in almost everything. We both had questionable pasts and have matured from them and have some strong chemistry have some of the strongest chemistry either of us have felt. Sex is amazing too. She would tell me that I'm the perfect guy for her, that she'd be lucky to even have me, right? So we've talked about our future, a house, family, all the stuff. While we were still talking or taking our time, our intentions were clear. We loved each other. The night before, everything was great. We were in love, hanging out like normal. The next day, I got a phone call. We need to talk. I want to break up. I'm too immature. We're totally different people. She doesn't want a relationship. She's moving out of state. Bam. I couldn't believe what I heard. I kept the conversation civil, but of course I was upset. She told me to stop all contact with her, then blocked me on everything. I ain't gonna hold you. It sounded like she was married. Anyway, we're not gonna get into it. They do though. Okay. How could everything be going great one day and for so long, then just drop the next? My gut feeling is she's running away. She's told me she's had issues with that before, but she was working on it. But this is the first time I think I'm really seeing it. I just want to understand more honestly. This hits a huge red flag for me. But I know I love her. Has anyone been through this type of situation before?
So how long they were dating again?
All right, so quick recap. They were dating a few months. They had sex. They had plans for the future. House, kids, etc. Right? And out of nowhere, the next day, she says she's moving out of state. he's too immature. They're totally different people. She doesn't want a relationship. And I'm like, what the fuck?
To me, I don't understand why he hurt.
They from what he's saying, it sounded like he was in love.
It's only been a few months.
I mean, listen, love is love. What you want me to tell you? I don't know. Shit.
Few months. A few months to me sound like 5 months. Mm-hmm. Right?
A few was 3 technically, but yeah, it probably was about 5.
I'm going to give him an extra 2.
Okay.
5 months. Mm-hmm. Y'all had sex. Mm-hmm. Y'all had a connection. Mm-hmm. Had same mutual.
The strongest chemistry either of them have ever had. Sorry.
Uh-huh. Exaggeration.
Niggas be lying to themselves, okay? All right.
Talk about the future and family and stuff like that. And then she break up with you.
So what do you think happened? Do you think like how I had my story of the girl who I just told you about who ghosted me? Do you feel like she kind of had that in her, or I ain't gonna hold you low key?
I just feel like she might have met somebody else better. Like y'all was literally dating only for a few months. Like and then at that y'all were dating. I don't know how fast y'all were y'all boyfriend and girlfriend. Yes, so she said she want to break up.
Yeah.
But it's only been a few months. Like, why you hurt?
I mean, the man said he was in love. I mean, I feel you. I get what you're trying to say, though. I get the point of what you're saying.
It's a little bit too soon to be in love.
Fair. But the man felt he felt some type of way, because I mean, even when the girl ghosted me, I think my ego was more hurt than anything. And a lot of dudes don't know what's going on for themselves. Like, it's like, damn, like she was all into me and this, that, and the third, and out of nowhere, this shit done switch like that. Like,
I mean, yeah, he got a right to feel some type of way, but to go to the point of putting it on Reddit to like get advice about it, I'm like, yeah, you gonna be in your feelings. Yeah, she broke up with me. I thought we had a connection. Cool. But keep in mind, it was only a few months. Like,
it wasn't that big.
It wasn't
that's
like
fair.
a year, 2 years, and then boom. Then I could be like, bro, like what?
Yeah, that's true. Because
a few months.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Hey, do me a favor, y'all. Y'all comment in the y'all comment for us down below. Y'all tell us, do y'all think he was doing too much? Do you think that a few months is too short to actually fall in love with somebody? Because I don't know. I feel like I do feel like it was a short amount of time, and he had the right to have them feelings, but to be in love and thinking about y'all future in only like 2-3 months, let's give him 5. In 5 months, do you think that's too short to be tripping over somebody and falling in love with somebody? Do y'all think 5 months is long enough to fall in love with someone? Y'all put that in the comments below for us. So let us know what y'all think. But I mean, he asking for advice. If it was me, I mean, I'd probably, like I said in my story, I think I ended up moving on. Like, I mean, after I realized, after I put 2 and 2 together, I was like, okay, say less. But then again, I also have a decent attachment style. Like, you know, I know when something is no longer serving me or no longer for me, I could let it go and I could let it rock. Like, it's not that deep.
Somebody, I'm reading the comments to try to figure out, am I tripping? Like, if I'm being an asshole by saying it's just a few months. But a lot of people saying that, it happened to them. Some people are giving their scenarios of when it happened, like they were dating for like 2 years and this happened to them.
Yeah.
And then somebody said they definitely got back with an ex or found someone else.
Yeah, definitely. I'm telling you, I really feel like either she was married or something crazy, some shit like that happened where somebody came back into her life or came into her life that she didn't even know like was a possible option. It was like, yeah, I'm taking this. Yeah. Or
the person who was contender in the beginning that didn't want her, but that was her first option, actually said, "Ooh, I'm gonna give her a chance." So she said, "All right, see you, gotta go."
Damn, that's crazy.
Something, because
I ain't gonna hold you. Some women cut through like that, bit dog.
I mean, nobody
dudes too, but yeah,
nobody's having the same outlook as me when I'm saying like it's been a few months. Like, why are you?
Because I mean, baby, there was. I mean, according to what he said, they was talking about a future, family, home, kids. Like they were planning something together.
But don't all relationships do that? Well, not all. Let me not say that. Let me backtrack.
And this is remember, this is the strongest according to him, the strongest chemistry either of them had for one another or ever had or whatever like that. So like, you feel me? So for him, I get where he's coming from because he probably ain't felt like this in a while.
This
and
might
it's like
have been his first genuine or, like you said, real relationship. This might have been it for him. Yeah. When he finally met her and they had a come. So.
Okay. So that's probably it.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
Still can't see it, but hey.
Oh man. Okay. I think we have maybe one question before we wrap, baby. Hold on 1 second. So what was the craziest thing you've done while single? Or did you ever have a player phase? Like, did you ever have a player phase or anything crazy going on?
No.
Interesting. I got a bit of a story, but I don't know if I want to share this because then y'all go see my dark side. Well, it's not that crazy, but it is crazy.
Then keep it to yourself.
I mean, yeah, because those who watching, maybe once we have a Patreon, I'll show it to our exclusive subscribers, okay? But and then y'all will be able to see it, but everybody else, this ain't for public consumption. It's for paid consumption, bitch. Stop playing with me. But yeah, and it's not that crazy, but still, I'll just hold off on it. Any last thoughts before we wrap up, baby? Any last thoughts on singlehood? I was looking at the last
question, but we already pretty much talked about that, about the boundaries and relationships, and we talked about some qualities the qualities that we had for each other. Yeah. Well, not each other, but in general that we wanted in a significant other. Yeah. Trying to think. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about, but I can't think of it right now. Like advice to help the single people when.
So what's some advice that you think or that we think that single people could benefit from that will help them in their dating pool now or in their dating relationships now?
But we pretty much talked about that just now. Yeah, because you gave like the dating, go on dates, like coffee dates. Yeah. And to the movies.
Remember, family.
Go to Cheesecake Factory.
You feel me? Let's actually talk about that for a quick second before we really wrap. Right? So here's my thing, okay? I know most people be wanting to go to like the top, the most expensive places, the Nobus, the steakhouses, the whatever. But if you really, really want or you're really looking for a relationship, listen, go on a coffee date. Go for a walk in the park type of date. Always be public. Don't go nowhere. Don't go to nobody's crib. Always make it a public place where it's neutral setting. Ladies, I know sometimes y'all want to have y'all friends or bring our friends along secretly. Fine, do that too. Just have them at the other side of the park, the other side of the restaurant, whatever. But yeah, so I would tell you go to those public places. Go to a museum. Go to a place where you could actually sit and hold a conversation. One of the worst places to have a first date is in the movie theater. Because you can't talk. The point of a first date or point of actually trying to meet up with somebody is to try to pick their brain, see what their thoughts are. So go for coffee. Go to that museum. You feel me? Go for a walk with them and actually just see what it's like.
Where did we go? I don't remember none of it.
You don't remember? Well,
I know we went out to eat a lot. We went to the movies. We went either to my house. Or your house. And
I think
outside of that, I can't.
I mean, granted, I think one of the first it was pretty much all in place. I think it was like either my crib or your crib. Granted, we lived like 6 blocks away from each other, so there's that. So it was hard to be like, oh, let's go to Starbucks. Like literally, your house is closer to Starbucks. You feel me? So don't do what we did. And because I mean, we met on the bus and all that. Nah, so don't do what we did. Okay, go to Starbucks. You feel me? Starbucks. Go ahead and sponsor us. Go to a museum. Go somewhere where you can actually sit, talk, and pick each other's brains. See what y'all actually want for the future.
Go to the park.
Go to the park.
We did that a couple of times.
Yeah, we did.
Publix, got subs, ate in the park.
Yeah, and then chill. You know what I'm saying?
Go to the beach.
If you have a beach near you, we in Florida, so like we got beaches everywhere. So like you feel me? 2 hours or an hour in any direction, you're gonna be at a beach. So go to a public place. Go on a date, talk to the person, see who they are. Don't meet their representative, meet the real them. Okay.
Oh, we did a lot of Uber eating too.
Yeah, we did.
So like being in the car, driving around, delivering food, having talks.
Pull up in the car somewhere, and be able to sit and talk with each other. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to smoke and all that, but I mean, maybe y'all can have a smoke date. That might be a vibe. You feel me?
If you into that,
if you into that, you feel me? If you a hood person, go ahead. Hey, just pull up. Y'all light one up, spark it. Y'all do y'all thing. You feel me? You know, you in there like swimwear. But yeah, man, just pick people's brains, see what they really about. Don't be afraid of no damn Cheesecake Factory. That's for a fact. But yeah, so but yeah, man, that's really it. I hope y'all found value in this episode because shoot, we out here giving out gems. Stop playing, babe. Any last thoughts before we wrap, baby?
Nope, that's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all. All right, family. Well, this has been Relationship Wise. Remember, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. I'll make sure to link it in the video.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us. And then when we post like one of the clips from this episode talking about the dating, if you got like a dating story that you want to share, it ain't got to be long, but like a little synopsis or whatever, either DM it or you put it in comments so then everybody else can like react to it. Yeah. Because we want to create engagement. We want to know about y'all. You feel me? So yeah, matter of fact, go ahead and y'all do that. Y'all drop a comment below on either Instagram or on YouTube, right? Drop a comment below about some of the craziest dating stories you've had. You feel me? So yeah. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube because we are close. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow that as well. And this has been Relationship Wise. I've been Terrell. This is Tasia.
Peace out.